Imagine you are walking through an airport. A woman passes by and immediately catches your attention. She has silver white hair. One eye is blue, the other is brown. Her skin is almost completely pale. A few minutes later, you find yourself sitting beside her. You start talking. She tells you she comes from one of the smallest tribes on Earth. A community so small that most people have never even heard its name. As the conversation continues, something else surprises you. She remembers everything, not just important moments, every ordinary day. Every conversation, every detail, and then you begin to wonder. What are the chances of meeting someone like this? Not someone famous, not someone powerful. Just a human being carrying some of the rarest traits on Earth. And that raises a fascinating question. Among the 8 billion people alive today, what would the rarest possible person actually look like? To answer that, we need to do something unusual. We need to build a human being one trait at a time. And with every new trait, the odds become more impossible than the last. The first thing we need is an extremely rare origin. There are thousands of ethnic groups across the planet. Some contain millions of people. Others are so small that they could fit inside a single classroom. For our rarest human, we will start with one of these tiny populations. Imagine a community of only 500 people. In a world of 8 billion, that alone is already incredibly uncommon. Our person now has roughly a 1 in 16 million chance of existing. But we are only getting started. Now let's add another trait, albinism. Albinism is a genetic condition that greatly reduces the body's production of melanin, the pigment responsible for skin, hair, and eye color. The result can be striking: pale skin, silver white hair, light-colored eyes. Globally, complete albinism occurs in roughly 1 out of every 20,000 people. On its own, that is already rare. But when combined with our tiny ethnic population, the numbers become astonishing. The odds now rise to approximately 1 in 320 billion. And we still have many more traits to add. The rarest human on Earth is only beginning to take shape. Now let's make our rarest human even more unusual. This time we focus on the eyes. Most people have 2 eyes of the same color, brown, blue, green, hazel. But a small number of people are born with complete heterochromia. One eye is a different color from the other, a blue eye and a brown eye, a green eye and a gray eye. It is rare enough to immediately stand out in a crowd. Scientists estimate that complete heterochromia occurs in only about 1 out of every 1,600 people. The odds of our person existing just became even smaller, but we are not finished. Now let's make this person left-handed. At first, that may not sound remarkable. After all, many of us know someone who writes with their left hand. Yet only about 10% of the world's population is naturally left-handed. In many cultures throughout history, children were even encouraged to switch to their right hand. So true left-handedness has always been relatively uncommon. When we combine these traits with everything we already have, the numbers become almost impossible to imagine. And somehow, our rarest human is becoming even rarer. Now we add a trait that most people have never even heard of: tetrachromacy. Most humans see the world through 3 types of color receptors in their eyes. Together, they allow us to see millions of colors. But some people may have a 4th receptor. This extra cone cell can allow the brain to detect subtle color differences invisible to almost everyone else. A sunset that looks beautiful to you may appear dramatically more detailed to them. Researchers estimate that functional tetrachromacy occurs in roughly 1 out of every 80,000 people. Our rarest human can now see a world that most of us never will, but there is one final trait. And it may be the rarest of all: hyperthymesia. The ability to remember nearly every day of your life. Not just birthdays or major events, ordinary mornings, random conversations. The weather on a specific afternoon years ago. Fewer than 100 confirmed cases have ever been documented. Imagine carrying your entire life with you at all times, every memory available, every moment preserved. And when we add this final trait to our growing collection, the odds become almost beyond comprehension. Let's put everything together. Our rarest human comes from an ethnic group of only a few hundred people. She has albinism, 2 different eye colors, she is left-handed. She can see colors most people cannot. And she remembers nearly every day of her life. Each trait is rare on its own. Combined, they become extraordinary. When we multiply all of those probabilities together, the odds of finding this exact person become almost impossible, far beyond billions. Far beyond trillions, a number so large that it becomes difficult to picture in your mind. And yet the story does not end there. Because this is not really a video about the rarest person on Earth, it is a video about you. Every person carries thousands of traits, experiences, memories, and genetic combinations that are impossible to fully calculate. Some are common. Some are incredibly rare. Together, they create someone who has never existed before and will never exist again. There may be billions of people on this planet, but there has never been another you. And statistically speaking, there never will be. That may be the rarest thing of all.